What's going on, Giants fans? We'll go back to Blue and Bold, and the Giants get an exciting win over the Chargers, 21-18. The Chargers, who were once undefeated, starting from this morning, they now fall to 3-1 at the hands of the New York Giants as the Giants move up to 1-3, where their next opponent being the New Orleans Saints, which can, I don't want to be boastful, but that could easily be a win for the New York Giants, as that's the easiest opponent on their schedule. Apart from this gauntlet that we've been facing over the first few weeks. So obviously they win 21-18, but obviously first things first, before we get anything out of the way, Malik Neighbors has what is feared to be a torn ACL. He was carted off the field, midway through the second quarter. I believe it was a defensive holding. It was a free play for the offense. Dart just lobs it up for Neighbors for a 50-50 ball. I think he jumps the wrong way and then, just was screaming in agony and then got carted off the field after that. So hopefully that's not as serious as it looked. I know it looks like I know I'm being delusional right now, but let's hope that's not an ACL. Let's hope that's like an MCL sprain, because that easily could be. I think they're located in the same spot. But if it is, then there's not much we can do after that. Next man up. Obviously we have Darius Slay and Wanda Robinson and Theo Johnson, which are not bad weapons, but it wasn't the superstar like Malik Neighbors was, and he was on pace to have a really good year too. But so just prayers to him. I wish all the best for him. Wish for him a speedy recovery, because we do need that. But obviously next man up. So obviously all eyes were on Jaxson Dart today, and he was efficient. I mean, he was done. He did whatever the coaches asked him to do. Obviously, like I said in the last episode, the offense was going to be completely changed from what Russell Wilson had. Obviously, with Russell Wilson, in the first few games, it was either check down, deep ball. He was unable to see the middle of the field. He had very little rushing value. But Jaxson Dart, he was quite the opposite. He had rushing ability. I believe he had 10 rushes for 54 yards here. Passing, I know the stats don't show it, but he played an incredible game while passing the ball. I mean, he had amazing pocket presence. Even though he did hold on the ball for too long for some of these sacks, I believe it's going to show the offensive line allowed 5 or 6 sacks, but that's mostly just because Jaxson Dart wants to hold on to the ball for too long. He's got to handle that. Obviously, with a rookie's NFL start, it's going to be full of ups and downs, and that was one of the downs, was just holding on to the ball too long. But I'm pretty sure he can. He can get coached that up. Obviously, so his stats were 13 for 20, 111 yards with a passing TD. That passing TD went to Theo Johnson on a shovel pass in the end zone. I believe it was for like a 2-yard play. Rushing wise, he had 10 rushes, 54 yards, and a rushing TD. Obviously, I think the offensive line played well today for him. There was many plays where he had a lot of time to throw. But even when the pocket did collapse, Jaxson Dart did show amazing pocket awareness, and he knew how to maneuver in the pocket, where Russell Wilson would just, I guess, run for his life and just go down just because he didn't want to put in the effort, I guess. And Russell Wilson did actually come in for a few plays in this Chargers game when I believe Dart was rushing, and he hit a helmet on a player. He was in the blue tent for concussion protocol. He cleared it. He was out for a couple plays, but Russell Wilson just looks like an absolute joke. I mean, literally the first play, he takes a snap, he fumbles the ball while getting sacked. He did recover it. I believe it was a flag on that play and it was called back or something. But still, I don't know. He should, I don't want to see him take any more snaps for the Giants. I mean, put Dart in. He's clearly the more competent quarterback. I don't care what you've done in the past. I don't care how you're viewed. You're probably going to be a Hall of Famer in a few years. I don't give a shit about any of that. Just have Dart in for the rest of the game. Andrew Thomas, he came in while being on a snap count last week. He played the entirety of this game, and he played well. Obviously, his name wasn't called, so obviously that's a good thing for offensive linemen. The offensive line, and pretty much, especially in the run game, they were pushing the pile up front. They had great hosts for Cam Scatterbo and Devin Singletary, especially Devin Singletary, in crucial runs later in the fourth quarter or third quarter, I believe. It was we were trying to chew clock to seal that win. Moving on to the defense, the pass rush was just elite today. Elite, just straight up elite. Abdul Carter, he shows why he was the third overall pick coming out of Penn State. I mean, 9 pressures, 5 QB hits. Obviously, he doesn't have that sack that we would all like, but he's a huge factor for this defense. I mean, just opens up a bunch of other He just opens up the possibilities for all the other rushers, such as Kayvon Thibodeau. I mean, he's also playing out of his mind. 5 pressures, a sack, 2 QB hits. Dexy, 2 pressures. He did get he got a pick today, which he returned for about 30 something yards. I wish we all could have seen that touchdown, but obviously helped him in a major way. We got the red zone TD off of that. Brian Burns still playing. He's still playing at all pro level. 6 pressures, 1 sack, 3 QB hits. I mean that D line, man. That I know Kayvon Thibodeau. We accepted his 5th year option. We should be extending him. No questions asked. I want to keep these 4 for the foreseeable future. I mean, but other than the other parts of the defense, tackling leading the game was certainly questionable. I mean, Amari and Hampton, he looked like he was Barry Sanders in late in that game in the third and fourth quarter. What is it, 54-yard TD, and he was converting third and long conversions like it was nothing. Drew Phillips, he had an amazing game. He had a pick earlier today. He had a lot of open field tackles, a lot of pass breakups. Good to see a second year, third round corner doing that stuff. And yeah, that's really all I have for today. Obviously, really exciting win for the whole fan base, really. I know Jaxson Dart just starting in general rejuvenated the whole fan base, but this just, tenfolded. I mean, next opponent, we have the New Orleans Saints, and this couldn't have been a better time to versus the New Orleans Saints. I mean, we're coming on 1-3 now. This could easily turn into a 2-3 win, and this whole season just changes, all because of Brian Dable's decision to start Jaxson Dart this week. I mean, and I've heard reports about Joe Shane and John Mara not even agreeing with the decision. I believe this was just Brian Dable's decision. So obviously, we versus the New Orleans Saints next. Let's capitalize. Let's get a big win next week versus them, and let's move on to 2-3. Let's go Big Blue.